Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles the Band Student. Welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, and entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And now we see, man, today we got a hell of a show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want today's full show before it comes out on YouTube, sharing for free on the DREAMERSPRO podcast, we have pinned below. Spotify and iTunes is all there. Check it out. Yesterday, I watched another game of the Los Angeles Clippers. And in this game, they were playing against the Miami Heat. In Miami, very entertaining game, although the Clippers ended up finishing that game in one of the most sloppiest ways you could finish a basketball game. And I'm sure Ty Lue and Kawhi, these guys, were not happy with the execution towards the end of the game. But nevertheless, they won the game. And after they won that game, it marked their 25th victory in 30 games, giving them the best record in the NBA. Get this. The Clippers have the best record in the NBA since December 1st. So I jump on the internet this morning and I see a picture from NBA on ESPN, and it says the Clippers 25-5 record in the last 30 games. They just had the best 30-game run, get this, in the history of that organization. In the last 30 games, this is the best basketball this Clippers team has ever played. Ever. To go 25-5 over the last 5. And right now, as we currently speak, the Clippers are tied for the number one spot, or one game behind, for the number one spot, but tied in losses for the Western Conference. But the Oklahoma City Thunder won yesterday, and I think the Minnesota Timberwolves, they won as well. Those are the teams that are ahead of them at the moment. And then the team right behind the Clippers at the number 4 spot is the Denver Nuggets, because the Clippers are the number 3. And then I woke up this morning, I said to myself, why isn't this front page news? You're talking about the hottest team in the NBA, arguably the best team in the Western Conference, and no one is talking about it. No one is saying anything about it. It's an afterthought. Now, some people say, well, the reason that nobody's talking about the Clippers is because what's going to happen is they're going to be playing very well. And then they're going to get to the postseason, and they're either going to lose in the first round or the second round. And before I even address that point, let me pull up the NBA standings. Let me look at the Western Conference. Okay. So if the playoffs were to start today, the Clippers would be facing the Pelicans in round 1. The Clippers are going to lose to the Pelicans. Who's going to beat the Clippers? The Mavs? Who? The Suns? Well, the Clippers could have beat the Suns last year without Paul George and James Harden. But I digress. You're saying that the reason no one is talking about them now is because they're going to lose in the future. But there's only one problem. They talk about the Lakers every single day, and they lost. As a matter of fact, a lot of the teams that they talk about are all going to lose. So what's your point? So you shouldn't talk about them basically at all, because they're going to lose in the future. And even if they're playing now, it doesn't matter because they'll still lose in the future. So your solution is don't cover the team at all until they win a championship. Then the question then becomes, why are we only making this rule just for the Clippers? Why don't we do this with every team? Why don't we just start talking about the team that wins the championship at the end of the season? Well, that'd be stupid. Yeah, just as stupid as the people saying that. Just had to throw it out there. So this morning I was doing some research to look at some of the data and the numbers that the Clippers have been putting out. And boy, when I read you some of these stats, you're going to be absolutely astonished. But before we even get into those stats, this video is brought to you by our brand new sponsor, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is really simple. Instead of just selecting a team, you just select 2 or more players, pick more or less their projected stats, and then you place your entry. For example, this week, I'm selecting 2 entries. Stephen Curry for more than 25 points, and then I got Anthony Davis for more than 2 blocks, and Damian Lillard for more than 4 3-pointers made. PrizePicks is also the only daily sports platform with an injury insurance policy. So for example, if you have a player who gets injured in the first half and doesn't return to the second half, that player gets automatically rebooted. What I also love about PrizePicks is that it offers weekly promotions like Taco Tuesdays each Tuesday. Prize Picks discounts, select player projections, up to 25% to provide even more value. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. That's go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. And once again, once you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So let me get into some of these stats here. Let's look at what the Clippers have been averaging since December 1st. The Clippers have been averaging 121 points per game as a team. They're averaging 42 rebounds per game as a team. They're averaging 27.1 assists per game, while leading the league in a three-point shooting percentage at 41.1% over that stretch. They're leading the league and shooting 84% from the field as a team. Now let's look at Kawhi's numbers over that stretch. Kawhi over the last 2 months is averaging 25.7 points per game. He's scoring those 25.7 on 56.8% shooting. Kawhi Leonard is shooting in the last 2 months 49.6% from three and shooting 93.3% from the three-point line, from the free throw line. Kawhi is basically shooting 56, 50, and 93. Those are Kawhi stats. James Harden, let's look at Harden. He had some crazy plays yesterday. He's scoring over this stretch, let me see, 17.8 points per game on 44% shooting from the field, 41% from the three, and 88%, while getting you 9.5 assists per game. And Paul George, he's been hit or miss, but overall 22 points a game on 47% shooting from the field, 43% shooting from the three-point line, 90% shooting from the free throw line. So you have three guys in the starting lineup that are all shooting above 40% from the three. I think Terrence Mann is also in the high numbers. And the Clippers, just to add something on top of that, have had the number one offense in the NBA since December 1st, and they're now number 4 in terms of offense in the entire NBA right now. And I think they're in the top 10 in defensive rating. And the scary part is the Clippers still have room to improve. The Clippers can still improve on their defense. So it's not like as if this is the best we're seeing of this team. This team can absolutely play better. Now, I got to give some kudos. I got to give a lot of credit to James Harden. I was one of the people that thought James Harden I was against it, especially when you had him and Russell Westbrook in the starting lineup. I was totally wrong, like most people. Totally wrong. And I've said it many times. I was wrong. He's been a godsend, and I think he's given the Clippers a dimension that they never had before. He's the best point guard they've had over God knows how many years since I've been following the team. This team is scary, and I think they should be having more coverage. They shouldn't be listening to idiots in comment sections talking about like, oh, you shouldn't cover them because they're going to lose in the playoffs. That's stupid, because almost every team is going to lose in the playoffs except for one. So what kind of stupidity is that? They should be covering them, and I think is a travesty, because this is one of the teams that's playing very well. And we're going to be making a concerted effort to mention him. Now, I've been pushing for Kawhi Leonard for MVP. He definitely should make all NBA team first, because who are you picking over him? He's better than all those dudes. I think he should make all first NBA team. He definitely should make all first defensive team. If you watch Kawhi Leonard play, he's an all first defensive player. Name the players that are playing better defense than him at his position. Name the players. Who? Who are they? Kevin Durant? No. Who? LeBron? No. Who? Luka Doncic? No. Jason Tatum? Probably. Or is it Jaylen Brown? Probably. But then they don't have to play. Jaylen Brown is not putting up the same amount of offense as Kawhi Leonard. So to me, listen, I think he's one of the best. And some people say, oh, you're just saying this for Kawhi. I was one of the people that wasn't even mentioning Kawhi at the time, but I didn't think he needed to be mentioned. But now I'm going to mention him. If you feel a type of way, that's your bloody problem. The dude is playing well, and he deserves every bit of props that he's getting. When he wasn't playing well and the team was underperforming and disappointing, I was roasting him. Now the dude is playing extremely well, and I think he deserves every bit of credit that he should get. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.